All right, everyone, welcome to Legacy Phoenix. We are here in the Arizona state, following along with a bunch of our drivers as we are going through practice. It's about 7 minutes left to go on the clock. Will Cloud is now going to be your fastest driver here in practice so far. Let's take a look at that top 10 board. Get that open. All right. So, I believe this is possibly based on live positioning. I'm not quite sure. Hold on 1 second. Let me get all my stuff getting ready to go here. Let's follow along with Will Cloud. Oh, nope. These are the correct ones. Go over to Will. Let's follow along with him so we can see what he is looking at here tonight. I think is being a bit of a pain as it usually wants to at first. ATVO is always a bit different. There we go. So there is Will rocking his extra toasty number 48 Cheez-It paint. Actually, all of our ERA drivers tonight are all running Cheez-It paints. So there's the 48. He is currently your fastest lap, running very fast here. The setup tonight that they're using here at Legacy Phoenix is very loose, so getting more practice in is going to be important. Any driver that had a bit of a chance ahead of time when I posted up the setup over in our Discord, which you can check out. Discord link is available in my Twitch description. Anyway, if drivers got some time to practice with that, they could see that the setup is extremely loose and you needed practice. There's Will there. I believe David was behind him. Yes, David is right there. David Gibbs. He is also going to be running a Cheez-It paint. He's going to be running the Cheez-It Duos in his number 88 machine with ERA Sim Sports. There's number 13 of David Ackenbauer. It's been a while since we've seen him there. Oh, there's a spin by the 8 on the front stretch. Yikes, that is unfortunate. Looks like he probably messed up someone else's practice lap too. That has been happening a lot here, though. You'll find that with these drivers, it's actually extremely difficult to control these as they run through a lot of these corners with how loose it is. The exits especially. But not only in trucks are they difficult, in anything, really. We saw that with our SK Modified race. That coming off the exits of these corners was deadly for so many. Scott Whiteman, now going to be your second fastest driver here behind Will Cloud. He is on a move. So to our third place, that is going to be the number 8 of Bryn George. Wrecking his usual Rocksmith fender paint. It's been mighty fast here in the past. We've seen that with the Street Stock series that Bryn was able to move quite fast. Scott is on the radio here. Actually, that reminds me.
Mic check.
Yep. Give me one moment as we go to be right back real quick. Gotta turn down the chat there. There we go. All right, there we go. Heading back in there, we're still following with Bryn. Let's over to the Ben McDonald. We saw he was running currently in 4th in practice. That's good for him. He was the winner of the last truck race at Michigan, so I'm sure that he is quite excited to be continuing on. That is Dave W. Thomas, currently 8th, who is now just left on his Frankenstein Metalworks homebrew racing paint. He always makes great homebrew racing paints. I recommend you check out his stuff at Frankenstein Metalworks. I believe that is his Twitter. Dean Qualley is now going to be your fastest lap. The ATVO wants to say so anyway. So coming on with a 28.525. That is fast for here. Good for them. Looks like he's going through a little bit of a slide through the corner, though. Oh, and there it is. Another spin on exit in his hot and spicy Cheez-It paint. Everyone's been struggling on the corner exits, especially the exit out of 4. Hunter Terpstra joins us once again. Let's head over to him. Oh, it looks like he is lagged out of this session. Or does Struggling? Let's see. Come on. There he is. All right. So he's going to be running his Homebrew Racing number 21 machine with Extreme Racing. Almost cuts off David Gibbs there. That is a bit dangerous driving. Hopefully didn't mess up David's fastest lap or something. Oh, Hunter into the wall once again. It is extremely rough to drive here, so I'm not surprised that a lot of these drivers are struggling. And there it is. Another spin. Oh, just barely missing another driver there. Marshall Harris and his Toyota Tundra. I actually am able to remember the name Tundra again today. He's doing pretty good. Looks like he's currently 10th in our board so far. Brady Floyd over in his number 20 machine with Extreme Racing. Been a while since we've seen him, so it's good to see that he is currently running in 6th place. Getting a little bit more practice in as we continue on running through the session here at Phoenix. Matt Moreau in his number 38 Cheez-It Snack Mix machine. Once again running with ERA Sim Sports. Atkinson Designs is actually going to be able to have a good turnout tonight. They've been a little bit struggling in points recently with our recent points championship. However, with Jesse being here along with Ben, that is actually going to prove really good for them. And it means that they're going to be able to put up some tough competition. Brady Floyd moves himself up into 2nd position, 0.01 behind Dean. It's got to be mighty intimidating for Dean. Dean is quite fast, but clearly shows that Brady is getting the hang of the setup as we follow along with Matt skimming the wall there. Adrian A. Fernandez coming back in as well with his typical Coca-Cola number 24 paint scheme. We've seen Adrian run really well here in the past. Here as in the truck series. We're not sure about Phoenix yet. A little bit of the skim of the wall there, but he was able to keep it nice and clean. So maybe going forward, we'll find that he is going to be one of our toughest competitors here tonight as we round out practice now, moving into qualifying. As we move into qualifying, it is going to be important for us to keep track of a lot that's going on. And I do not believe I do have access to qualifying. Oh, I do. There we go. iRacing was being a bit weird with it the last couple days whenever you were watching. So, let's see. Get ATVO back open and we can follow along. Here's Will Cloud on his current lap. So we're now running into qualifying. Will Cloud. There he is. He's going to be your first driver in. So we set another 28.525. Well, I believe Dean said that last time. But that is mighty quick. Oh, and there's some more drivers. We have Ben McDonald coming in super close behind, along with David Gibbs, who's currently running 3rd, 0.17 behind. Marshall Harris, almost a second behind Will. In the SK Modified race last night, which races every Saturday at 6:30 p.m., Marshall Harris finished 2nd place. That is a great finish for him. Adrian A. Fernandez comes in 2nd place with the trucks here at Phoenix, however. Ben McDonald decides that he does not want to be starting behind Will and gets himself up into 1st position. Let's see. All right. Follow along with some other drivers now. Let's follow along with Dean Quall here in his number 98 machine. Let's actually take a look on his inside. We'll see what he sees as he goes through this lap. There we go. So as you can see, he's maintaining a constant RPM as he runs through there, flooring it when he comes out of the corner, going down the front stretch. Hard braking into 1 and 2 here. You can see that's very important, as if you don't, that it's going to completely just allow you to spin out. I imagine that he probably said his brake bias going back a little bit as well. Trying to get that car to turn in a bit more. Brady Floyd in second position. So his first qualifying lap puts him, wow, pretty close to the leaders right now. That's just only his first lap. So now as he's coming through, you can already see that he already looks faster. So maybe he's going to get himself a pole here. Coming around the final corners. Comes through, oh, loose, and oh, he holds it. He holds it as he goes across the start-finish line. I imagine that's not going to get him the fastest lap. Nope. Unfortunate, although that did give him a 28.764 as we round out qualifying for most of our drivers. I believe Brad Whiteman is qualifying right now. Yes, there he is. Let's look how he's doing. Oh, where did he go? There he is. In his built Ford Tough F-150. Currently running in 9th. That is a good show from Brad. Comes through the last two. Maybe he's trying to get a little more practice, and unless this is second lap, I do not have data on that, unfortunately. With iRacing's new tire model, it actually makes it a bit more difficult to quite understand how these trucks are going to react to a lot of these corners now, especially with tire wear. We saw that especially with our first race back we had, I believe that was at Texas. It just made it extremely difficult to drive. But our drivers are quite good and they're able to get the job done, especially with the Stirling Sim Racing Series. So, there is your qualifying order, and our drivers are coming into the grid. Get a bit of a blimp cam up, and then I can head on over to our pole position of Ben McDonald. All right, so your qualifying grid for tonight is going to be, in first place, you have Ben McDonald, the number 16, with a 28.451. In second place, on the outside, you're going to see Brady Floyd in second position. Then, on the second row on the inside, you have the number 48 of Will Cloud. On his outside is going to be the number 24 of Adrian A. Fernandez. On the third row, on the inside, is Dean Qualley. On his outside, the number 88 of David Gibbs. In the fourth row on the inside is going to be the number 38 of Matt Moreau. On his outside is going to be Marshall Harris. And in ninth, you have Brad Whiteman. Then in 10th, you're going to have David Ackenbauer, the number 13 machine. Then behind them is going to be Bryn, Jesse, and I believe is Scott. Yes. We'll work with the guy that gets our ATVO running, see if we can fix that gridding issue where we can only see the drivers that are qualified. But as you can see there, you can see the multiple bright red Cheez-It paints up from the sky. I'm sorry, that is just funny. As our drivers head on through, and they're about to start soon. All right, let's clear that. And here our drivers are revving up their engines, getting ready to roll here. I'm sure many of them are quite excited to get going. I believe Hunter is starting in the back as well. As we saw in qualifying and in through practice, we saw how loose a lot of these trucks are. So perhaps it's actually a good idea for many of our drivers here to not really want to push it on the start. So starting from the back might really help a lot of these guys out. We're now pacing here, about to go 1 to green for Phoenix. I'm sure Ben McDonald on that inside line is going to be quite fascinated to see what it feels like being on pole once again. Being towards the front is something that you usually don't see him running all that often, but he is absolutely skilled, and I'm glad that he was able to get that pole for himself there tonight. Adrian A. Fernandez, usually someone that you always see running up in the top. I'm sure he's excited to be running in the top once again. We'll see how he holds it throughout the rest of the night. All of our ERA drivers are probably going to be working together here tonight to try to get themselves a good position, along with a bunch of the other ones that are willing to put it to the test. Jesse Atkinson looking to try to make up for some lost points that he's not been able to secure so far in this truck series. And there is going to be the pace car is off, and we're about to go here at Phoenix.
Green flag.
There it is. The green flag is off, and that means Ben McDonald is having an okay start, but it looks like Brady Floyd is able to go a bit faster on the start. There they go. But Ben shoots up that inside line and is able to get himself into first position. Brady in second, Will in third. Adrian A. Fernandez taking along that outside against Will. Ooh, just getting ever so close to that wall, putting himself into third position. Will Cloud in fourth, and it looks like Dean Qualley in fifth. David Gibbs sixth, and Matt Moreau in seventh. All ERA drivers all bunched up together. David Ackenbauer behind them in eighth, and Marshall Harris in ninth, as they complete their first lap uneventful here at Phoenix. You can see a lot of our drivers keeping up with good pace, though. It looks like Adrian A. Fernandez is not looking very content behind Brady and is going to try to get by. Brady is looking pretty quick, though. That is going to make it a fight. The four red trucks of ERA are all bunched up together there. It looks like the Matt Moreau is going to try to get by David Gibbs there. Although it looks like Will Cloud is starting to pull away from the rest of them, putting Will kind of in a spot where he's not along with everybody else. It looks like Adrian A. Fernandez is able to get himself the fastest lap of the race so far. That's quite a start we have here. And it looks like as more of our drivers continue to run along, let's go back towards the rear of the grid a little bit. Let's go by our ERA drivers. Looks like Will had a bit of an issue letting everybody for ERA by. It looks like he probably skimmed the wall or something. Here's Hunter Terpstra. That is with Dave W. Thomas. They're running towards the back there. Let me get up our live positioning counter. You can actually see who is where now. Brady Floyd is going to be your leader past Ben McDonald, and that keeps Adrian A. Fernandez in third position. Jesse Atkinson, we're currently running in 10th. I think. Moves himself up past the position. Looks like Bryn is having a bit of connection issues right there. That's going to be something we're going to all want to keep an eye on, especially as Bryn likes to be a bit aggressive when he's driving here. Catching back up with Ben, we can see that he absolutely had to let Brady by. It looks like Brady is just flying, but Adrian is looking very quick too. Looks like David and Dean are able to keep up pace a little bit more with these guys, actually gaining a bit from where they were starting. Matt and Will falling a bit further back. David Ackenbauer in the number 13 machine, currently running in 10th position. Behind him is going to be Brennan Scott. Brad Whiteman currently running towards the rear there. Looks like Hunter and Dave W. Thomas are going to be bringing up the rear of this field. I believe that's Jesse Atkinson. Currently running in 9th position, Bryn in 10th. Looks like he's going to be trying to put some moves on to catch up to the number 97 of Marshall Harris there, and the two area drivers of Matt Moreau and Will Cloud. So if you're a viewer in our chat, let us know how you think the race is going so far. Love to hear your input, as currently Adrian A. Fernandez continues to hold the fastest lap of the race. 55-lap event here at Legacy Phoenix, with Brady Floyd continuing to be your leader. Ben McDonald looking like he's having a bit of issues staying up on pace with him. Adrian A. Fernandez looking pretty balanced with his pace. Don't count out Dean Qualley, though, who looks like he's gaining hard. It looks like he's willing to make some moves there on Adrian, as he's been catching up this entire time. But don't count out David Gibbs either, as he's been catching up too. David makes sure he gives some room to Dean to make some moves on him. Marshall Harris continuing to keep his position up on Jesse. having really good distance between them. I'm sure that he is absolutely willing to try to stay in front of them. You can see the number 38 of Matt Moreau there, probably trying to put some defense on Marshall as well. ERA is currently leading the team championship by by only 4 points ahead of Extreme Racing. So right now, they're going to make every single point they can count. See Dave W. Thomas towards the back here. Looks like he was able to get by Hunter as Hunter goes into the wall once again. It is a very difficult thing to run here at Phoenix, especially with such a loose car, but they can also be so tight at the exact same time. A little bit more practice, and I'm sure Hunter can get some more laps in. Dave W. Thomas looking a little bit quicker, though, than some of our other drivers, catching up to David Ackenbauer there. I wonder if we're going to have another fight of the Daves when we're going to get back with David Gibbs with these guys. Looks like Ackenbauer runs wide. Thomas keeps it down low and is able to get that position, and is going to now put him into 13th position, if I'm not mistaken. 15 drivers in our field tonight. That's pretty good for us. Maintaining some pretty good pace as well from a lot of them. Looks like Ben McDonald is able to pull away from Adrian A. Fernandez as well. Let's actually go over with Adrian and see how he's holding up at the moment, because it looks like he is under fire from David Gibbs there. Looks like Dean was able to let him by as they continue to run through. David Gibbs looking interested, looking on that inside. He's got to be careful as they come out of that corner exit there. You don't want to get too loose. Looks like David really has some speed on Adrian there. Looks like holding that bottom line really is proving faster for our ERA drivers. As you can see, when Adrian comes up, all of them just shoot at the bottom, going so much faster. Looks like our top 3 ERA drivers there are able to hold up some speed past and keep a distance on everyone else. And that is David Gibbs there, right by Adrian A. Fernandez, moving David Gibbs up into 3rd position. You can see here at the short track that all of our drivers are really struggling for grip as well with the legacy track. The 24, though, he's still mighty quick, so don't think that just because David's currently in front of him that he's losing pace. Although Dean Qualley and Will Cloud are probably interested to get by too, because it looks like Adrian runs wide a little bit on the exits to the corner as well. Dean and Will are not. Dean looking on that looking interested on that inside. Looks like Dean is going to send it in. Oh, so close. Oh, I don't even know if there was contact there. I don't know. But man, that is mighty close. Not a place I would want to be in. Adrian right now is probably looking real intimidated by these 2 bright red Cheez-It machines behind him. Looks like Will Cloud is going to be on the outside of Dean there as they continue to run through. It looks like Jesse Atkinson was able to get by Matt Moreau as well. And looks like Bryn is going to be under fire there. Ooh, Dean shoots down to the bottom, letting Will now take it over. Adrian runs wide in the corner, though. Looks like Will is interested as well. They're not going to make it 3 wide, though. They don't want to put that risk up there. Looks like Jesse, now that he has an opportunity to make some points up, he's going to take it. Adrian lets Will and Dean by here, it seems, as that 24 is going to be riding that really far outside. Although it looks like he's going to come down, though, to put a block on Jesse there. They do not want to let him run through. Matt Morello looking kind of interested in Jesse there. They've been having a pretty intense battle. Looks like Matt is going to go to the outside, but is that going to allow Bryn to have a chance to go on the in? Or are they going to start running 2 wide now here at I almost said Bristol. I'm sorry. At Phoenix. Looks like Jesse is going to take that bottom line on the 24 there, and so is Matt Moreau going to try to take it as well, but he's not quite fast enough to get through. Not quite enough of a run. Brady Floyd still your leader with Ben McDonald 3 seconds behind him. Looks like Brady's just going to absolutely run away with this thing. All these guys bunched up right here. That makes it extremely tense for all of them. Oh, they are so close. So close. Jesse Atkinson ahead of them. It looks like the 24 comes down just a little bit. No contact, though. Oh, and then it looks like with the 38 running that middle there, it looks like Bryn is able to come up on the inside. Adrian just losing so many positions. He was running 3rd for such a long time, but now he's just fallen back to the pack. He's going to put a big block on Bryn, though. Same with Marshall Harris, but I think he's now going to let him by as he runs wide once again coming out of the corner, and that is Bryn by there. That moves Matt Moreau up to 7th, however, who's looking pretty interested to continue on running forward. Marshall Harris now getting by Adrian as well. I imagine their tires are probably dying as we're now in lap 20 of 55 here. So far with no cautions. These drivers have held it together extremely well. Looks like David Ackenbauer had some trouble earlier and probably is coming in now. He's going to give everyone some nice clean space, though. It looks like the 97 and the 24 there are getting a little bit of a tussle with each other. And there's the 97 by. And now, as far as I know, that whole shebang is over for them. Catching up with some of our other drivers here. Will Cloud in 4th and Dean Qualley are pretty close to each other. I imagine they're going to have a bit of a fight as we continue to run through. Adrian continues to hold the fastest lap, though. I imagine we'll continue to see that until pit stop for tires comes into play. That extra toasty Cheez-It car is always looking phenomenal. Ben McDonald, 4 seconds behind Brady Floyd. That is a huge gap. Let's actually check in on Brady and see how he's holding up, being so far ahead of everyone else. Let's actually want to see where he is on the track. There he is on the front stretch. Wow. He is moving. I don't think anyone's going to get in his way at this point. Honestly, it's just at the point I really don't see anyone coming up and changing anything. He's just so far ahead. He's lapping Hunter Terpstra there. Oh, it's a little bit of a connection issue, though. Let's follow along with one of our more consistent internet cars. We can see Dean Qualley there and Will Cloud. They're running there. Maybe they're going to put a block on Jesse, trying to not let him through. Dean moving up. Ooh. Everyone looking a little bit loose there. Jesse's going to push the 48 there. But doesn't look like quite enough change in pace to make anything really interesting happen. Jesse, who started at the rear of this field, has gotten himself up into 6th position. I do believe that is. Yes, that is 6th position. That is a great jump that he has made. Although Will runs live and is going to let the 127 of Jesse Atkinson have his position. I wonder if Will's tires are starting to go after he's been fighting with Adrian at the, I believe that's like 5 or 6 laps ago. Scott Whiteman, currently running 11th. To our viewers at home, I hope you're all doing good here as we continue to run through at Phoenix. If I'm not mistaken, that would mean now that David Gibbs, who's currently running... Yep, there he is. Who's running, is now catching up... Oh, there's Hunter as he gets through. To Ben McDonald. He has been catching the last several laps, it looks like, putting up a huge fight as Ben has been mighty quick, getting himself very close. That Cheez-It Duo's paint is probably bringing him some luck. I'm kidding, but wow, he has really put some pressure on and gotten himself not only up from 3rd, but now putting some pressure on Ben. Ben had such a huge gap on everyone, same with Brady, but it looks like that has been fleeting now. Don't know why the current radio thing is staying up there, but okay. Looks like Dean Qualley and Jesse Atkinson are looking to be having a little bit of a scrap, if I'm not mistaken. Let's head over to them and see how they're doing. Jesse is right behind Dean. Jesse is probably able to save up his tires a bit more than these guys have been able to. So if Jesse is able to get by, then that is going to put up a different thing for this point standings. Atkinson Designs being so far behind in points for the last while. Maybe they can really pull something out of nowhere. You can see for the pace here, our drivers were running mid-28s at the start of this, but now they're already running almost into the 30s. That is a 2-second time increase. That is absolutely crazy. So Brady Floyd on his last lap was just running a 29.7. There he is. He just ran by one more time. It seems in my counter it does anyway. A 29.5. So that's already a second up while everyone else is running into the 30s. That is why Brady has been able to pull so far ahead, is his time is just that much faster. But everyone's just running 30s though, which is going to make it very difficult for everyone to keep pace. So I imagine if as soon as there's a caution, you're going to see everybody come in. But I don't know if there's going to be one at this point. Nobody's really causing any trouble. Everyone has been keeping it nice and clean. This might be an entire caution-free race if this continues to go as well as it has. Jesse Atkinson looking like he has a big run, so he's on that outside of Dean, but does not have the grip, it looks like, to maintain that outside. Looks like David Gibbs is on the radio. I don't know what's going on with them. Oh, it looks like there might have been an issue. Are we under caution? Nope. Okay. Ben McDonald fallen far out as he is now into second position of David. Well, David Gibbs is in second position. Where is Ben? Ben is in 14th. Did I miss something? I must have. I think he had a connection issue or had to leave or something. That is unfortunate. He's now 2 laps down. That moves David Gibbs into second position. He probably hit the wall and spun. That is really not great for him. I'm terribly sorry for him. But that is David Gibbs up into second and Dean Qualley in third. Jesse Atkinson in fourth. Scott Whiteman moves to 10th position. Catching up with Brady Floyd at the moment. Let's go over to him and see how he's doing. Brady Floyd has been on a move, getting very close to 53 there. I don't know if that was quite necessary. But he is 7 seconds ahead of David. Absolutely insane. What a gap. As he's now going into lap number 35 of 55 here. So with 20 left to go, what are our drivers able to pull out of them? Is there going to be a caution? Or are we going to have a caution-free race? Is someone like Dave W. Thomas just going to all of a sudden, if there's a caution, come out of nowhere and really make up a lot of positions? It's happened in the past. What is going to happen with our race here tonight? All I know right now is that if there was a caution, it would completely screw over Brady, who is currently leading. Dean Qualley maintaining third position. Putting a big block on Jesse, though. Looks like there's a little bit of a tussle going on between Will and Bryn, but they are still pretty far separated now. So with how much pace Will has been losing over the past couple laps, as he's currently maintaining 6th position, I wonder what that's going to mean for Bryn. Because if Bryn can keep up some good pace, that might be good for Extreme as they can get by. Let's follow along with Bryn, actually, who's currently running in 7th position. So it looks like Bryn was able to just catch up massively on that last lap, as he's now going to be almost drafting off the back of the 48 there. Looks like the 48 is going to stay down low, trying to defend that inside line, but looks like Bryn is going to have quite a run as he moves up into now almost 6th, but yep, he's going to move up into 6th position. He gets very close to that wall, though, pulling a move on the outside. That's pretty impressive. He must just have more tires and a bit more pace than that 48 does. Putting up a fight here at these short tracks when you're not pitting in all the time really does put a difference on for pace. It absolutely makes a difference. Let's follow along with Dean Qualley and Jesse Atkinson, though. Jesse, up in the 4th, has still been putting on a huge fight, trying his best to... Oh, and it looks like Jesse is finally maybe able to do it. Dean holds that bottom line as they now run into the final turn. of 3 and 4. Jesse on the outside. Is Jesse going to be able to pull a move? And it looks like Jesse can. Jesse Atkinson up into 3rd position. Finally able to get by Dean, who's been putting on a huge fight that entire time. Right now, I'm pretty sure Dean is probably all flustered with himself for having Jesse get by, but wearing your tires out, it really does it. If you're behind and you're able to save, it makes all the difference. But maybe now, but Jesse's going to have to put a block onto Dean, which can make absolutely a difference as we come into the last couple laps here. 8.5 second gap Brady Floyd has on David Gibbs. Brady has led, I'm pretty sure, every single lap of this race. It's not common you see that very often with us. So him able to get by that much, absolutely crazy. Looks like I need to change my settings because it's a big number 20 on that. Regardless, Brady Floyd with Extreme Racing, as he is about to go into lap number 43, your top driver. Jesse Atkinson maintaining 3rd position. Looks like Dean Qualley has fallen off the pace by over a second now on him. Unfortunate, although Dean maintains a 4-second gap to Matt. Something you don't see all that often, Matt Moreau has been able to hold up a huge gap on Bryn. That is not often. Over a second gap. Those two, you saw them battling so close earlier in this race. Looks like Bryn, looks like he had a couple different things going on. Following along with David Gibbs here, I believe that is Hunter Terpstra that he's going to be lapping once again. There he is. I believe Hunter's going to he's going to go wide and let David go on that inside line. That Cheez-It Duos paint putting him up into 2nd place. I say that as a joke. The A&B Sprint Car Championship, Jesse Atkinson, who's currently running in 3rd position he ran in, was able to get his race win there when he was running a Cheez-It paint, which is why I say that. Oh, that means I gotta make a paint now for Jesse. He's not an ERA driver. That's okay, though. Brady Floyd maintaining that lead. He is absolutely keeping that lead. He's not going to let it go as the gap almost extends to 10 seconds. The only thing that could change this race now would be a caution. Only thing. See, Matt Moreau is on the radio there. What's going on with him? Let's see. Looks like he is clear as far as I can tell, although there is a driver catching up to him. That is going to be the 16 of Ben McDonald, who's able to get returned to the track. That is great for Ben. Unfortunately, he's several laps down. 6, actually. But he probably has, yep, he definitely has fresh tires. So that's great for Ben. I'm glad that he's able to finally get back into the race, so he's at least able to finish it. He was doing so good, but it looks like connection issues got him, which just is an absolute unfortunate mess. But it happens, though. That's the downside. Up there's a bit more connection. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. He comes back in. That just is rough. But what can you expect when it's iRacing? Currently running in 13th is going to be the number 21 of Hunter Terpstra. He has a lot of damage on his Silverado there. Currently his homebrew racing one. That is rough. He's been having such a tough time here. It's a tough track to really get down, so I'm not surprised. He's been having some issues. He was able to do so well in the past, so that just sucks. But Ben McDonald, now that he's back, has set the fastest lap of the race. Adrian Fernandez, that is going to be his final nail in the coffin. He's fallen down to 11th position. Oh, it looks like he has some damage too as they roll into the pits. Wow. That number 24 is having some tough luck from this race tonight. It's hard to say for him. He started off so good. But that's the curse of racing, you know? You're able to have so much good stuff go on, but it just brings you down when you see that. But Although, we all know Adrian Fernandez, he's a great driver, so we'll see how much he's able to come back. Especially in our final 5 laps. Maybe now that he has some damage and he's getting his pit repairs, he's going to come back and try to take back that fastest lap. Hopefully he can be careful on his pit exit there. Looks like Bryn George and the number 48 of Will Cloud are having a bit of a tussle there. Bryn George moves by. Looks like Matt was able to get by as well. So that puts Bryn George in the 6th position. So what is that going to mean for Extreme Racing? So I believe Extreme right now has 1st for Brady Floyd, and then that's going to be 6 for Brenton. It's going to be tough for points day for them. David Gibbs maintaining 2nd position still. And, of course, Brady Floyd still in the lead with 4 laps left to go. Looks like David had a little bit of a bump, though. Probably hit the wall at some point. That is unfortunate. These drivers, they've not had a good chance to, go into the pits, so they're just not. Dean Qualley running, oh, that looks like Jesse Atkinson now into 3rd position. Dean Qualley in 4th. Jesse Atkinson able to get himself a podium. It has been a while since Jesse has gotten himself a podium here in our series, so I'm sure right now that Jesse is probably overjoyed, finally able to get back on that top step. He comes up to Dave W. Thomas here, looking to see if he can get by soon. With 2 laps left to go, though, that puts Brady Floyd as your current race leader of about 13 seconds as he comes by Marshall Harris. Maintaining some of the... he absolutely has to have the fastest, consistent laps of this race. That is absolutely just insane. His last lap. How? How is he going so fast? This man. Absolutely crazy. As we come to the white flag here at Phoenix. Let's take a look finally now. There he is, the number 20, Brady Floyd for Extreme Racing. He is going to be your race winner unless something absolutely atrocious happens now. His 13-second lead. He comes in. Is he going to be able to do it? Yes, there it is. He doesn't hit that wall. That means it's done. There it is. Your race winner, Brady Floyd, in the number 20 for Extreme Racing, takes another race win at Phoenix. Your finishing positions are going to be in 1st place, Brady Floyd. 2nd place, David Gibbs. 3rd place, Jesse Atkinson. 4th place, Dean Qualley. 5th, Matt Moreau. 6th, Bryn George. 7th, Marshall Harris. 8th, Will Cloud. 9th, Scott Whiteman. And 10th, Dave W. Thomas. And 11th is going to be Brad Whiteman. 12th, Adrian A. Fernandez. 13th is going to go to Hunter Terpstra. And 14th goes to Ben McDonald. 15th goes to David Ackenbauer, who looks like he finished 6 laps down. What a race we had here tonight. Able to get himself so far up the grid. That is it. Your race at Phoenix. We're going to do some post-race interviews. Let's see. I believe, yep, Brady is in his chat, so I can steal him. So let's head up. And I'm going to go take care of that. Yeah, Discord noise, whatever. Let's see. Let's get Brady up here with us. Brady, you're up in the booth. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What a race you had tonight. You led every single lap, I do believe. How do you feel about that?
I think Ben might have got the first couple, but it was very good. I definitely didn't think it was going to go this way. People were faster in practice. People were faster in qualifying. It really sucks for Ben that his internet dropped. I know he was hanging tough in second. Um, Bryn's computer died during qualifying, so he wasn't able to set a time. Got held up a lot coming through the field. Um, but no, it was a good one, fun one.
Yeah, I saw that you maintained a 13-second gap to second place. How did you do it?
Um, no cautions. I'm very proud of this league for going caution free. Um, I just I think this might be the first time ever, maybe, that we've gone caution free, and I think it shows improvement from everybody, and definitely who's the truly fast guys.
It definitely does. It really does show a difference. And especially now as we're coming through, you can see more of our drivers showing not only more maturity, but just raw pace and skill.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for putting it on. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to my teammates, Bryn, Hunter. Um, yeah. Hopefully we'll do it again next week.
We'll see. I'm sure that Extreme Racing is absolutely happy to have you guys, as you're able to get some really good points in for them.
Yep.
All right. Thank you
All right,
very
man.
much for your time.
No problem.
All right. So now moving forward, I'm going to see if I can get. Yep, there we go. Thank you, Brady, for leaving himself. um, let's see. That means I need now to get your second place of David Gibbs up with us. Let's click on David here and move him up with us. Let's put him up in race control with me. David, how's it going? You got yourself a second place. You're on stream.
Oh, hello. I'm doing all right.
You got yourself a second place position. How does that feel?
I mean, I was cruising. I mean, it was pretty good. Just cruising.
Just cruising? That's it?
Yeah, just a nice Sunday drive.
I mean, you finished so far ahead of everybody else. You and Brady had put a huge gap between everyone. How did you do it?
Just cruising.
Just cruising? That's going to be your response for today?
Well, I mean, that's about it. I wasn't pushing it super hard. Just laying back, chilling, let other people do the work for me. And they just kind of filed themselves behind me.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed. You really did get yourself all the way up to just there.
Yeah.
You had a great race tonight, and that is really good. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my wonderful team owner for this paint and the ability to be on this team. Like to thank my mom, my dad, and my parents. The rest of my teammates for keeping everyone behind me.
They did put a really good job blocking just about everybody. I think Dean and Matt held up not only Jesse, but Bryn for the longest time.
Well, I feel like they had their own set of problems.
Oh, I'm sure they did. That's something I think
Yeah.
we're going to have to go over within our team debrief, isn't it?
Yeah. But
All right.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, David, for doing a great job, and thank you for coming with this interview.
Thank you for putting me in this interview. All right, have a good night.
You too. All right, so now that means I need to get your third place finisher. I'm sorry that my screen keeps flickering like that. Of Jesse Atkinson up with us. He got himself such a great position. Let's get him up here with me. Jesse, it's Noah up in the booth. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You got yourself that podium. How does it feel?
It feels pretty good because this is the first race I've actually completed for the Stirling Truck Sim, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't get taken out this race, so I'm pretty happy about that.
You got yourself you started in the rear, and you were able to finish every single lap, no caution, no major damage, all the way up to third.
Yep.
How did you do it? How did you do it?
I don't know, honestly. I just saved up till lap 40. I wasn't pushing or anything. I caught up with Dean, and we were having a great battle. That was really fun with him when I was battling with him for the third position.
I had to
And
keep my stream on that. You guys were going at it for so long.
Yeah, that was really fun, and I guess I finally pressured him into overdoing a corner or whatever, and I finally crossed him over. But yeah, it was It was really fun. But then after lap 40, I just decided to push because I probably had nothing to lose or gain at that point.
I know that Phoenix is a track that just about nobody was liking. How did you feel about it, though? Not only just because of your position, but overall.
Um, I kind of liked it. Phoenix, I don't generally like the track, but it was produces good racing, that's for sure.
It absolutely did tonight, that's for sure. I had to keep on so many different things going on at once. Everyone was just racing so hard with each other.
Oh yeah.
Still, Jesse, you had a great position. Is there anyone you would like to thank?
Oh, I'm not prepared for this. I gotta thank my dad for watching. I don't know if he still is, but I gotta thank him for watching this stream. I gotta thank Ben for racing tonight. Sucks that his internet cut him off. He would have got a great position out of this.
Oh, he would
Gotta
have.
thank, yeah, I gotta thank the Atkinson Designs team, Atkinson Designs as well. Um, gotta thank everybody who raced because that was really, really fun. And I gotta thank you for broadcasting and Sterling Sim for sponsoring. I think that's what this is.
Yeah, we'll roll with that.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, thank you very much for your time tonight. Great job with your race, and I hope that Atkinson Designs get some good points out of that.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
All right, everyone, that is going to be it for our race here tonight with Phoenix. I'm so glad that everyone is able to make it here, and that is going to be it for the rest of me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.